Congressman, a quick moment of your time, sir. Pat Ford, Coalition Radio. You spoke provocatively on the House floor about the Barbara Lee's bill about ending the authorization for the use of military force, a speech that we rebroadcast on the Coalition Radio Network. Where did that motivation come from? And your boy Mitch is a little worried about what that's going to do to presidential powers. Do you share those concerns, or do you see that as a benefit to limiting presidential powers?
I see it as a benefit. There's a reason that our Constitution requires that Congress declare war, because when the nation goes to war, the entire country is involved in that effort, and it's not it's not something the president can do by him or herself. And repealing our authorization was a reassertion of congressional authority in the very important responsibility of declaring war.
Do you see a move back from the imperial presidency?
I hope so.
That seems to have taken place.
Yeah, I mean, I think we've seen over time the enlarging the powers of the presidency and a diminution of the power of Congress. That's a mistake. Our founders vested the authority in the elected members of the Congress of the United States, and we ought to reassert that authority to prevent us from getting involved in endless wars. So I hope this is the beginning of that process.
Thank you very much. Senator Pat Ford, Coalition Radio Network. Barbara Lee in the House recently was able to pass legislation that Congressman Cicilline supported that effectively would end the authorization for the use of military power. Where do you effectively put in, after 9/11, forced through by the president, part of the whole Patriot Act, the whole cabal? Where do you stand on removing, if you will, and supporting the Senate version of that legislation?
It is time to redo that, and I expect to support the Senate version, although I want to actually see what ends up being on the floor. But on principle, I'm agreed. It's been a long run.
Do you think the president will support that as well? I mean, it does represent a
I have to believe that he will.
Okay.
It was designed for a completely different era, a completely different situation, and if he wants something different in terms of an authorization, I think he should come to Congress and ask for it.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.